Okay, welcome guys. This is my reaction video to the new Airfix videos, which are revealing their 2021 catalogue, basically their new releases. Now I've already had a look at this, so I'm going to skip some bits and jump forward, but let's get straight into it and see how this kicks off.
Hi everyone, welcome to our 2021 Airfix range.
This year, Quick Build is even bigger and better, with lots of amazing new products to complement the current range. The first product to come next year is the Bugatti Chiron, which is just an amazing supercar, an amazing model with a perfect finish. For you Mustang fans, we have the amazing brand new Ford Mustang.
Okay, I'm just going to pause there. She sort of calls them models. These aren't models. These are toys, okay? These are like 6 pieces that you just slot together. Like, there's no glue. They're already painted. To call them models, a bit far-fetched, okay? These are toys that Airfix produce, so not really what we talk about. So I'm going to sort of skip forward.
Mustang GT.
It's just not relevant to
Mustang
us.
model in this colour. 5 is a really exciting build range, included in the box and the US. No glues required, no paints required, which means no mess.
There you go. You can see the Lego type construction. Yeah, not models. Let's just skip that part. Have a look at models that we consider models, as in stuff that we need to glue and paint.
All of the quick build kits, you get stickers to decorate with your very own, and all have hours.
This is a new starter set for 2021. So this is the Spitfire, our best-selling starter set. Spitfire is such a popular subject, and we sell many of these and have done for a number of years. This is yet another new version. This comes in fewer parts, less internal detail for beginners, because all beginners want to do is actually build something that looks like a Spitfire at the end of the day.
Pause there. Fair comment. Okay, yeah, he's talking about these starter sets. Starter sets are, as you see there, a very basic model kit. Spitfire's like, wow, what a stereotypical example, obviously. You get little paint sets with it and a little brush, and you've got some crappy polystyrene cement. Well, to be honest, yeah, I bought one and I built it together with my daughter and had a really great time. And in terms of that, fantastic. But I think this is what Airfix is trying to concentrate on, these really dumbed down model kits. We'll have a look at what else is coming out, but this is what they're pushing. They're like very basic, cheap kits aimed at beginners. Now, I think beginners, I wouldn't say like adult beginners. I would say, you know, to do with your children, which, you know, has to, you know, give them kudos for that. It's pretty cool that you can buy these sets for very small outlay, build them up, you know, over a few hours at the kitchen table. Why not? You know, so you can't say anything too harsh about them. Very simplified kits. Let's have a look at the rest of the range.
So you've got a box here that has all the decoration ideas. Now this is a proper scheme on here for this marker Spitfire, but of course a youngster could free paint it into anything. We've removed the blister off the front of the box to make it less plastic on the packaging. The paints are inside along with the brush and the glue. The thing to remember is these models have been designed for any adult or child over the age of 8 to actually build their first Airfix model. So they come with fewer parts, there's far less interior detail.
Yeah, basically what I've been saying. So this guy waffles on and on about how wonderful these things are. Obviously, you know, this is how they're heading off their 2021 releases with this dumbed down stuff. But let's skip forward and see what else they're bringing out in this range.
Something that looks like this whole aircraft, and so in other words, it kind of replicates a shadow on the ground as the aircraft's flying above it.
Yeah, another massively simplified model.
So the stands themselves.
Let's skip forward. You're going to get the
all part of
idea. You
model.
get the idea.
There's lots of strange way of out for these because.
Right, this is their newest one. It's a Sherman, and they show you how this thing goes together. There you go. If you sort of like the guy who likes sort of like Kinder Egg type detail, well, you know where to come to. This is as good as he gets for their 172 scale kits. I don't think they're not for serious builders. Let's be straight up about that. You know, serious builders going to look a lot. There's better kits out there that are a lot older than that. This is so dumbed down, and I think there might be other alternatives that are even simpler than that and probably cheaper. So I don't know what sort of ground they're trying to break there, but you know, it might be popular again. Sort of okay. If we put it in this context of you get the paint in the box and you build it on the weekend, I get it. Okay, so that's what they're doing. This is their new tool. They put their resources into this.
First subject we want to show you is.
I just skipped forward there because basically the guy's just showing you how that goes together. Now let's talk about the real stuff, the stuff that is meant to get you Airfix boys all pumped up, excited. Their bread and butter, 72 scale British aircraft. Let's have a look at what's going on.
The Hawker Tempest in 172nd.
Hawker Tempest,
It's never
72
been done
scale.
by Airfix before, so it's a great introduction for the range, and you know, 172nd modelers are going to be really excited about this subject. It pairs up really well with our Hawker Typhoon, and that we did a few years ago, and just a fantastic subject for any modeler of this scale. The version we're showing you here is a prototype, and of course the image on the box is not finished, as you can see, but also you can see that it comes with two schemes. That is the norm for this price point. This subject is one we're really excited about adding to the range. We wanted to do this for quite a while. And this is a Mosquito B Mark 16. So this is a bomber version of the Mosquito. Long been needed in the Airfix range and also in the modelling community generally. Again,
72 scale Mosquito. I think they're up against it there. Basically, time of your 72 scale range, check out their Mosquito. That's all I've got to say at this stage in time. That might be a great model, but I think they might be up against it. The other one, the earlier one, that's typical 72 scale. You know, single engine prop job is typical Airfix territory. But you know, at the same time, is he going to point out any features? Is anything innovative about this model, or is it just their usual stuff?
Again, in 72nd scale. So those modelers that love that scale have got something just wonderful to add to their collection. As usual, we've got two schemes in here. It will come with all the different munitions and bombs, etc. that this type carried, and be out later this year. Of course, image-wise, we are further in advance of some of the others. Those of you that have seen the catalogue cover will see that we've got this subject on the front of the catalogue. Moving to 48 scale.
Just want to say there's no extra detail about that kit. There's no mention. It's got interior detail, blah, 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 blah. Who knows? It might be great. Maybe not. Anyways, let's go on. 48 scale stuff. 48 scale stuff is a little bit rare from Airfix. So let's see if there's anything cool that's going to come out.
We've got something that everybody will love to build here, and this is the de Havilland.
Oh God, yes!
So you see, it's a beautiful.
I'm just gonna have to just stop right there. Yeah, I'm actually for the first time excited to see a Airfix release. The Chipmunk is one that was used by the air cadets in this country, and I flew in it when I did all that stuff. Yeah, I'm really happy about this one, and I think a lot of people will be. I think it's going to be pretty awesome at the releasing that. In terms of the model itself, you have to wait and see, but I will get this one. I promise you I will get this one. Really, really excited and happy to see a Chipmunk on 48 scale. I think it's awesome.
Beautiful size model in this scale. It's a lovely lot of engine detail in here. And of course the cockpit and everything, as you expect in scale, is designed for you to actually personalise as much as you can as well. So we've got the classic scheme on the front of the box, but we're spoiling you with this one because we've actually got 3 other schemes in this box as well. So in fact you could model this 4 times just from our one box alone.
4 markings? Pretty cool. I kind of like the sounds of that. Wait for the price point. It won't be massive, I don't think, from Airfix. I think that's going to sell like absolute hotcakes. And yeah, I think that's great. Airfix, that is something that you guys can do well. Other people aren't doing it. So stick to something like that. I can see that you're getting back to where you guys sort of are supposed to be in terms of modelling. So let's see what else is coming out.
Now we've got another de Havilland model here. So this is the Vampire. We had a great success with our 72nd Vampire a few years ago, and that still continues to sell.
Vampire also pretty awesome choice. Again, I really like what they chose to do out here. Now, I don't know too much about this actual aircraft. I also wanted to get the 72 scale one. I just like the appearance of it. So, yeah, pretty cool. Again, I think this is going to be a good one. But guys, please tell us you're going to do something like a Jet Provost or something else like that. Anyways, let's let the guy talk.
Today. So it makes complete sense to add the F3 version to the 148 scale range. So this one will come with 3 different schemes, be out later in the year, so well worth waiting for. So now we've got another surprise for you, this time in 1/35th scale. So we want to extend our range of 1/35th scale, but not just in tanks, but this time we're adding this Austin K2Y ambulance to the range. Never been...
Right, stop right there. Now that's a big surprise. I wasn't expecting anything like that from them in 35th scale. That K2Y ambulance is, I think they cover that in 72 scale in their like crash diorama type ground equipment set. In 35th scale, I don't think it's been done. When Airfix came out, you know, they relaunched themselves. They brought out some 48 scale stuff that was absolutely shit. Sorry, no word of lie. You know, they brought out that Wimic and something else, a snatched Land Rover. They sucked. But maybe if that's good, if it's not, who knows? But I tell you what, they've gone into a subject there that's, thank God, it's just something different. Like, I'm really, really genuinely surprised to see that. So let's hear a bit more about it.
Seen before in this scale, a classic British subject, one with so much history and so much love for the subject.
In addition to what Daryl's shown you, we also have some very exciting reliveries and second editions to show you. We are introducing a selection of reliveried 1/72nd scale aircraft. We have the Messerschmitt Bf 109 G6.
Okay, so she's going to go on about like stuff that they brought out before, and they've got different markings on. Jeez, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I can't remember. Their decals aren't too bad actually, so maybe from that point of view, it might be a good idea. But you can buy aftermarket decals. Let's see what they're doing, anyways. Let's see what's going on
in these 2 different schemes. We have the Stuka, which will be available in these 2 schemes. We have the LIM-5, which is a relivery of the MiG-17. We have the Vickers Wellington Mark II, Boeing B-17G Flying Fortress.
Okay, yeah, I do like the B-17G Flying Fortress. Okay, you've got, even though they have brought it out before. Yeah, okay, I get it.
And backed by popular demand is the Vickers Valiant B1. A few months ago, we ran a competition inspired by the NHS Charities Together. We have chosen a winner, and later on in the year, the model will become available with the winner's livery and our box illustrator Adam's livery.
Did you see that? I didn't really get what that was about, to be honest. Hawk with some weird scheme on it doesn't exist. Anyways, let's look at this. You can see what's going on. It's the old classics. Old classics.
In the popularity of Airfix Vintage Classics, we are now bringing back lots of subjects that haven't been seen for many, many years. In Vintage Classics aircraft, we have the Aki Val, the Hanley Page Heracles, the Hawker Siddeley Trident. In Vintage Classic cars, we have the Beach Buggy, the Jaguar 420. Due to popular demand...
I'm going to stop there just a second. Right, okay, so those vintage classics, right, makes me really pleased. Not for the reasons you're thinking. You guys go to the shows and you see these guys carry around this old crap that they've had from the 1970s, trying to continually hawk it out to people. Well, guess what? You can buy a brand new version of the old crap now. Isn't that wonderful? At least they put them inside these vintage classic boxes. I don't know what the price points are. If they sell them, they sell them. If you want something from that genre, you know, pre-card, difficult to fit together, some people will turn them into absolute goddamn diamonds. They really will. But the majority of modelers shy away from that old shit, to be honest. Now, we're going to talk about something that's absolutely junk. Anyway, let's listen to it first.
And we are reintroducing 6 1/32 scale infantry figures. We are also...
Yeah, you see that? That was those plastic figures, those with that really nasty plastic that you can't paint, already molded. Why? I mean, like plastic soldiers? Jesus Christ. You know what's a damn pity? Why don't they re-release the Airfix multi-pose figures? Those were flipping awesome. You can still use them today. They're 1/32 scale. Absolutely amazing. But instead they've got those crappy plastic figures. God knows why. Anyways, let's keep going.
Also introducing the ever-popular Concorde into our gift set range.
We have had 1 or 2 subjects that haven't quite made it into the calendar year 2020 and are shortly to arrive. So we just want to remind you of those because the models are just fantastic and we just don't want to let them sort of not be seen. So we here have got the Canadair Sabre in 48 scale.
I don't think anybody really cares about that, to be honest.
We have the Bristol Beaufort in 1/72 scale.
Yeah, they probably want that one.
Of course, we've got the Vulcan in 1/72 scale.
Ooh, there you go, baby. That's the one everybody's been waiting for. Yeah, that was... I don't know if you remember a few years back, their big announcement was that 1/24 scale Hellcat that sort of bombed on them. And you've noticed Airfix aren't going back. They're not going to produce anything like that anymore. They'll go back to the 72 scale stuff that they said bread and butter. People are tearing their hair out waiting for that Vulcan. Classic big British bomber. People want that sort of stuff, you know. Really fits that sort of market in. And people wanted a new tool one and they've been waiting goddamn ages for it. So let's see when it comes out eventually. See what it's like anyway. See what it's like.
And we have the 2 1/35 scale Cromwells, the Mark 6 and the Mark 4. And then from our vintage classic range...
Ooh, they're bringing out this one. This is a really... Well, obviously it's a vintage classic. It says vintage classic all over it. I think this is a pretty good idea, this. I think people still like this kit. We'll talk about it in a second. Have a look first.
Our 112 Bentley. And doesn't this model look absolutely brilliant? We'd like to really thank you for...
Oh, you didn't go into it. Anyways, that was what Airfix used to do. Like, I don't know how many of the other big stuff they've released, but I remember their old Stuka, you know, all that stuff. The big kits were really, like, very, very impressive models back in the day. You won't see them, you won't see anything big from Airfix coming up in the future. But nice to see they've got any 48 scale stuff. let's see what it wraps off with. I think this is just their outro, and then I'll come back in and tell you my thoughts.
For spending the time watching our 2021 Airfix presentation. Don't forget to see the full range in the catalogue and also on our website. And we wish you happy modelling for the rest of 2021.
Yeah, okay, pretty cool video. I enjoyed watching that. It was kind of nice that they, you know, actually have a video, tell you what's coming out. And kudos to Airfix. They're not going to really lie to you. They aren't going to, like, there's a lot of those Eastern manufacturers, they promised you this, they promised you that. Those kits never materialise. You're going to see those kits one way or another. So it's kind of nice that they've done that. It was a good video. I think it was quite a good presentation. I think they could have gone into a bit more details about some of the kits. Really, to, you know, tell you some features. Hopefully there's some features. But out of those, I think the biggies, the big winners there, are definitely that Chipmunk and the Vampire. I think that's really, really nice couple of releases they've got coming up. So what are your thoughts, guys? Are you disappointed, saddened? Did you expect more from Airfix 2021? Do you think there was more to come? Did you think that there was something that was promised that they were leading up to that you didn't see? Or are you just happy that they're still going? Give me your thoughts. Also, yeah, I think the 1/35th scale ambulance, that is one to look at. Let's see if it's good or not. I think that's really cool that they've done that. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and see you soon, guys.